For tens of thousands of years, Aboriginal people have understood the relationship between the land and its wildlife. And we here at Taronga feel very proud to learn from Aboriginal people today.
Exactly right. Now, no matter where you're from, every day we have the opportunity to see and connect with remarkable birds that are all around us. And all you guys have to do is look up.
That's exactly right. And when we're looking up at birds, quite often they're looking down, searching for a whole variety of things. Today, we're looking for this though, the thick shell of an emu egg. The bird that's doing this is known as the black-breasted buzzard. Ours goes by the name of slammer. And when they join us, you'll notice a couple of things: sharp talons and a powerful beak. But that is not enough to be able to get inside this item. They need the help of a tool, and that is a rock. What do you reckon, Slam? And with that, they pick it on up and slam it on down. Yeah, it's all you. So this is not something that we ever trained Slammer to do. This is instinct. They hatched out of their own egg with this knowledge already in their mind. And with an item like that being the equivalent to around a dozen chicken eggs for a hawk of that size, they will keep on working at it until they get inside. You can see they've already started to make a small hole in the egg. Were this a real emu egg, that would be enough. They'd start to sip out the contents, all that yolk. Too big a hole and you risk wasting it. Hey, well done. But it's made out of plaster, so today it does require a bit more effort. Nice work, bub. Yeah. When it does come to tool use, so generally, we think of humans and other primates. So seeing Slammer achieve their goal today, I reckon it's pretty exciting. And perhaps after watching that, you may think, hey, I've got a little bit more in common with birds than previously thought. So that's the type of hawk that you're going to find here in Australia. The next bird looks a bit like a hawk, but it is something altogether different. Here they come.
Ever get that feeling you're being watched? Owls are everywhere, and even if you can't see them, they can see you. Out in the country, and even right here in the city. Well, this is Ripley, everyone, and Ripley is a barking owl. Now, it might surprise you, but barking owls, they actually hunt during the day. What it comes down to is what they like to eat, and a barking owl, they'll eat other birds.
Yeah, that's right. And with these powerful feet, birds like this can easily take down others that are larger than themselves. Just checking out the world at the moment. You can see they've got a very flexible neck. Here they come. As night falls though, these birds will look to hunt other things like mice and rats, maybe even a possum, before returning to a safe branch to rest.
So day and night, our owls, they're out there hunting introduced pests. Things like rats and mice. Now, rats and mice, they can cause a lot of problems for our native wildlife, often taking young birds and eggs right from the nest. In fact, I'll let you guys in on a little bit of a secret. We did used to have a bit of a rat problem right here in the zoo, but ever since our owls moved in, our rats moved out. And I can happily say that problem, well, it's now behind us. Very exciting. I'm glad that everyone here is just as excited as I am. They even used to be running right under your chairs, so tread lightly. Now, a single owl, they can eat about 1,000 mice per year. And a breeding pair with chicks, they can eat about 3,000 more, which is what makes them the best neighbors that you could all hope for. Now, I know it might be a bit surprising that owls just like Ripley are hunting during the day, but in fact, about half of the world's owl species hunt during the day. So that might not be something that you guys have previously thought. Now, I think our rats behind us have done an amazing job today, so why don't we give them all a round of applause. These rats that we have in our experience, they are only new to the experience, so it's really awesome to see them achieve their goals. If you counted correctly as they came across, we actually have 5 rats, all named after One Direction members. But now I'll pass it on to Brendan. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you very much, Julia. Other way, beep, beep, stop, arrête. That way. It's the first time Julia's getting to work this next animal, so very exciting, just a little bit different for them. So they're going to head up there and work with Chris. Now we do have 8 species of owls here in Australia, and although they do have amazing eyesight, their prey is not always visible to them. So they rely on other adaptations to help them out, such as silent flight and their incredible hearing. We'd like you to use your own ears and see if you can hear anything at all as our barn owl Ray flies around the theatre. Watching us at the moment, we'll give them a second. They're looking interested. What do you reckon, Ray? Here they come. Yeah. Nice work. So everyone, this is Wraith, and as a barn owl, they're one of the types of owls you're more likely going to find close to people. So regardless of where you live, make sure you spend time looking up. You may see one flying past. Even just sitting up in a tree. Just taking in the view, bud. It's a pretty good view. Yeah, you're thinking about it now. What do you reckon? Take flight? Yeah. Now, the mysterious appeal of owls does go well beyond their role in nature. Birds like that, they're perceived as messengers, having the power of prophecy, and linked to a whole bunch of different deities, such as Athena, the goddess of wisdom. The reverse of that is also true though. While a lot of people think of these birds in quite positive ways, unfortunately, sometimes well done. They're thought of as being a little bit spooky altogether. So a bird like this, they get the name Wraith, because they're quite often associated with ghosts. But these birds are also linked with death and the concept, oh, there they go, of a bad omen. But regardless of your beliefs, owls have undoubtedly had one of the closest connection to people and culture right across the globe. So thank you very much. A big round of applause for Julia. Now when we look at birds like that, all the ones we've seen so far, they are all Australian natives. The barn owl though, interestingly enough, is found in every continent in the world except for Antarctica. Bit too chilly for them, no mice there. But the bird that I'd like to introduce you to has actually gone all the travelling for you. It is an exotic species, but you don't have to go anywhere, but sometimes your own backyard to see a chicken. Yeah, welcome to stage Mentari. Now Mentari, they are a red jungle fowl. That is their species, but for this species, they are the ancestor to all of our modern day chickens. So for the last 8,000 years, birds like this have had a pretty big impact on us and our religions, our rituals, our cultures, even, true enough to say, our languages. So you might look at Mentari here and think, wow, look at that stud, he's ruling the roost. Or perhaps you might relate to our hens, a mother hen watching their young fly the coop. Or perhaps, on some days you're a bit like me and you go and put all of your eggs into one basket. Regardless of how you choose to perceive the world around you, chickens have undoubtedly had a pretty big impact on us, and we rely on them to the extent that they now outnumber us 6-1. Pretty cool, allowing us to have that everyday connection. When I do think of everyday connections though, especially here in Australia, the birds that I think of more than any other are our parrots. So much so, when it comes to parrot diversity, we get the nickname the land of parrots. So for many of us, all we have to do is take a step out into our own backyards to experience these beautiful birds that are all around us. Yeah, cockatoos. So they are some specialised parrots. One of the things that makes them that specific grouping is of course that movable crest on the top of their head. Yeah, they get nice and close. So you're probably quite familiar with the sulphur-crested cockatoo, but perhaps you'll be less familiar with the next cockatoo to join us. Nice.
Now, many of our birds, they do rely on tree hollows to provide them a secure home. And with that, a place where they can nest and a place where they can thrive.
Well done, bud. So everyone, this is Giri. They're a male red-tailed black cockatoo. The name Giri means red. If you say Giri, it means very red. You will not find any wild red-tails that call Taronga home, but we're very lucky to have a whole bunch of other species that do. We can say that Taronga is habitat. To help illustrate this point though, we're going to be joined, thank you so much, by two more red-tailed black cockatoos. This time they are females. So they're going to look a little bit different to Geary. They'll be black but covered in yellow dots. And their names are Heikia and Monatoka. When they're good and ready, they'll come on out and traverse that beautiful harbour view. And they'll join Julia on the far side over there. Now these two birds, there they are. They've also got some differences in their tail compared to Geary. It's not that solid red colour. You can see a whole bunch of orange and yellows and reds in there. Yeah, they really are beautiful. Everyone on the other side, they'll be able to appreciate that. Felicity, I'll get you to put your hands up for me. Thank you. And they're going to invite them over to us. Well done. Bit of a tricky wind at the end there, but Monatoka and Heikia, you got it sorted. So their names come from different trees that you are going to find in their habitat. And it's a really good reminder, the link that these animals share with the ecosystems they're part of. Cockatoos like this do get a reputation for being messy eaters though. Felicity probably would have seen that around their feet at the moment there's a couple of husks. These birds will take from the environment but are really good at giving back maturing. Hands up, Felicity. That we ensure habitat has the ability to bounce back. It can take around 150 years for a hollow to form in a tree though. So that's chopping them down, especially because they can make the environment unsafe for us at times. It does create other hurdles for birds like Heikia and Monatoka. You probably do not have an old hollow in your own backyard. Thank you so much. But if you would like to put up an artificial nest box, you can. There's an example of one above that yellow and orange sign over there. Scan that QR code. Or if you jump onto the La Trobe University's website, you'll also get all the information you need to put one up in your very own backyard. A big round of applause for our volunteers for helping us out. That is a take-home action, but if you did want to act here and now, we also have this donation box. It was introduced over a decade ago, and you have raised in that time over $500,000. All of that money going towards our conservation efforts, including helping the Regent Honey Eater on the front there. So if you want, you can come on down and make a donation, and anyone that donates $5 or more gets a special badge as our way of saying thank you. But in doing so, you truly have the power to transform their future.
If we work together, we can create a future, one in which where all of our planet's extraordinary beasts can make a comeback.
That's right, and it all starts by simply looking up. Thank you so much for joining us at Free Flight Birds. Hope you enjoyed it. We look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good one, everybody.